Hello, and welcome to the Battleground Bulletin, a weekly show where we cover all of the news and drama regarding Marble Contest of Champions. I'm your host, Steel22. Let's get right into the news. Our top story is, of course, the Spring of Sorrow, open to Paragon and Valiant players. Part 1 of the event was released on May 15th. Very interesting Iron Fist boss. Naturally, Iron Fist is not a notable defender, so he has been juiced up with some very interesting nodes, including Iron Root, Encroaching Root, Pressure Gauge, and Ebb and Flow Heavy. He is also completely immune to debuffs, and the attacker is immune to buffs. You can score 1 point in the Spring of Sorrow event by completing the fight with any champion, but can also get extra points for completing the special objectives. So Paragon and Valiant players can get a point by defeating Iron Fist with a Fantastic Four or A-Force champion. They can get another point by defeating him with a champion tagged medium and defensive utility. Open to Valiant players only, a 4th point can be obtained by defeating Iron Fist with a Science champion tagged small. Good luck to everyone attempting the challenge. This fight will be open until May 29th. Also on May 15th was the release of the 9.1 beta, open to everyone who signed up from invitations sent through the in-game mail system. There are 6 quests open to explore with 3 paths each. The path fights have health pools ranging from 700 to 900,000, with bosses having upwards of 1.3 million health. In the final quest, 9.1.6 is a placeholder weapon X-Boss, as the true boss is being kept secret for the full release later this year. You can get up to 22,000 7-star shards on your main account by exploring this chapter, so make sure to do that if you have the spare time. No information is available yet as to when 9.1 will be fully released. And finally, a reminder to keep up with the Null's Lair side quest and keep grinding that Mysterium. The Trader's Outpost store resets every week and will be removed from the game when the saga ends on June 9th. Okay, I'm going to keep this short and sweet this week. There's only been one thing grinding my gears this week, but it's a big one. This bloody force quit bug. They're not doing diddly squat about it. Well, yeah, they fixed the bug, as expected, but they're not punishing the people who have been flat out cheating in an alliance war, in tier 1 alliance war, mind you, just closing down the game whenever a fight goes a tiny bit sideways with zero consequence. Well, that doesn't sound very fair to me, does it? They know who's been doing this, and I don't want to see this cost my alliance a position we deserve come the end of the season. Now, let's take a look at Battlegrounds. So we had the start of Season 18 of Battlegrounds on May 15th, a brand new meta dominated by the mutant class. More specifically, mutants with quick and easy access to debuffs are the ones doing really well here, as well as champions that can prevent or at the very least benefit from tenacity. On the flip side, we've also seen some very interesting defenders poke their ugly heads out, ones you might want to consider adding to your deck if you're able to. The first Gladiator Circuit meta will be running from May 15th to May 29th before the change, while the Victory Track will remain unchanged until June 5th. Now over to Steel23 for the arena forecast. Thank you, Steel. So we just had the conclusion of round 1 of the Hells on Wheels arena for Ghost Rider. Due to the nature of the featured arena and the fact that Ghost Rider is a very old champion, as well as a pretty average champion, I don't expect him to score very highly in round 2, which starts on May 20th. I recommend putting up 12 million points to secure this champion. Of course, we had the conclusion of round 1 of the coolest name ever arena for the brand new champion, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, a champion with full non-contact attacks, a nasty evade as a defender, and is also one of the best bullseye counters in the game. She went for almost 138 million points in round 1. I'd recommend putting up 145, maybe 150 million points in round 2 in order to get the best shot at getting this brand new 6-star. Of course, good luck to everyone grinding. Back to you, Mr. 22. Alright guys, let's look at the top 5 CC videos that I've watched this week. Number 5 is from Grass MCSC, flexing his rank 3 Emma Frost against a Bullseye in Battlegrounds. He is punching down since the Bullseye is only a 6-star, but still shows incredible overkill with his special 2 damage. Definitely one of the cleanest Bullseye fights in Battlegrounds I've ever seen. Then we have at number 4, another quick Battlegrounds video from Trappy. He's also using a rank 3, this time it's his Crossbones against a rank 3 Sasquatch. He beautifully demonstrates Crossbones Fury Ramp and is able to hit super duper hard in a very short amount of time. Definitely the quickest rank 3 Sasquatch fight I've ever seen. At number 3 from Allison Edits is a super cool and super quick solo of the Spring of Sorrow Iron Fist with Invisible Woman of all champions. Allison uses Sue's invisibility to its highest potential, getting heaps of openings and avoiding plenty of potential block damage. Remember, Sue is both a small science champion and also a Fantastic Four member, so she's able to complete two objectives by doing this fight. She even gets hit by a heavy attack early on, but instead of restarting, she persists and gets a very nice solo. Then at number 2 is another Iron Fist solo, this time by MSD using, of course, a 2-star. This time it's 2-star Namor, who is able to completely cheese the pressure gauge node by reflecting 45,000 damage every time the pressure gauge fills, and using that to solo the fight in just 5 minutes, of course perfectly dexing every heavy and special, finishing on a full yellow bar. Finally, at number 1 is an epic discussion and explanation video from the GOAT, Brian Grant. He fully explains why he thinks Corvus Glaive, a champion just released as a 7-star, is actually a very underrated champion in 2024. He goes super deep, explaining how Corvus' damage is super unique, unlike any other champion in the game, as well as Corvus' history in the game. This video doesn't really tell me anything I didn't know, so it didn't really educate me, but I'm a huge fan of Corvus myself, and I applaud Brian for putting so much effort into educating people who may not be aware of Corvus' power. So before I give you this week's riddle, let's quickly go over last week's one. These are the questions, and the answer was, of course, Namor. Of course, he can generate power passively when he's in his Imperious Rex phase. By charging a heavy attack, he can consume charges to passively generate a bar of power. But now onto this week's riddle. I am not from Earth. I have persistent charges. I can bypass miss and auto block through True Sense. I don't mind fighting Doctor Doom, but I don't like fighting Rintrah. Who am I? Make sure to leave your answer in the comment section, but until next time, I'm Steel22. Thank you so much for watching the Battlegrounds Bulletin, and peace out.